Today, I'm joined by my business partner, Alex Povey, and he's the head coach of our Remote Coaches Academy, a mentorship program for personal trainers, health and fitness coaches who want to grow their online business. You'll find more information in the description below. Together, we're going to be walking you through the steps in starting an online health or fitness coaching business in 2023. All right, let's get into it. So Alex, what's step one to getting started online?
Maybe start on the gym floor first. Yeah, get certified as a personal trainer, work with some personal training clients, really kind of learn how to work with the human body, get some confidence, and then from there, it's a good step forward to then branch out online. That's one option. If you don't want to go the personal training route, you may want to get certified with someone like Precision Nutrition and get a nutrition qualification, and then maybe work with some friends, some family, and really not charge for your services, but practice what you've learned through your certification or qualification or training. And then once you've got that base level experience, either personal training clients in the gym, or you've got some nutrition education certifications that you've been using with friends and family, that's when you can really expand with more confidence, but also with more success, in my opinion, versus just getting qualified and then trying to build an online business straight away.
Okay, amazing. So what's next?
So the next thing would be to come up with your offer and what you want to sell, essentially. And when it comes to your offer and what you want to sell, you really want to look at, well, what could you include? What could go into that program? And then how are you going to deliver that program? What tools and software you may be going to use for delivering it? And then you want to think about, well, how are you going to price it and what makes sense for your market specifically? And deciding on what you're going to sell and what you're going to offer is a good starting point, because you don't want to start marketing and trying to sell something that you don't really know what you're offering, right? And so I would start with that. I'd map it out on a pen and paper first of all, and then from there expand out to selling it. But essentially, it's going to be a process of evolution. What you create in the first instance is not going to be what you're going to be delivering 3 to 6 months from now. It's going to be what we call a beta offer or a beta program, but you essentially want the basic mechanics of what you're going to deliver and what you're going to offer and how you're going to do it defined, and then you can move on to the next step.
So right now we've got the offer in place. We've decided on what we want to sell. We've also decided on the tools and the deliverables. So what comes next?
Yeah, great question. So the next thing is you're going to need to be able to take payment, right, for your services and your coaching. So I'd look into a payment processor. Now, the payment processor that we run all of our transactions through a Stripe, and we've been using that for the best part of 5 years, if not longer. And that's great for being able to create one-off payments, reoccurring payments, monthly plans, etc. And it's just a nice, simple system to use, but also just ensures you're not messing around with bank transfers or chasing money. The Stripe tool will handle it for you. Now, there's definitely other tools and apps out there, but we use Stripe. That's something that we're familiar with. We recommend Stripe to all of our clients.
All right, so we've got the payment processor in place. We can now take sales for our offer. So what would we do next?
The next thing would be to look at your marketing strategy and come up with something logical, right? Now, the way to come up with a good marketing strategy is knowing who the client is that you want to work with and picking a niche essentially, or a niche, depending on where you're at. So I'd be deciding on that. Then I'd be picking a platform, picking a singular platform, right? I wouldn't be trying to start all platforms at once because it could be a little bit overwhelming. I'd pick one platform that makes most sense. And the one that makes most sense will be where you've got the biggest audience to begin with. Maybe that's Instagram, Facebook, maybe somewhere else. Or if you've really got no social media audience, which is very rare today, you could look at where is your ideal client or niche most likely to be. Some platforms are more likely to have your ideal clients on them than others. And so decide on a platform, and then once you've decided on the platform, really just work on your content creation basics, right? The basics of creating content. Don't overthink it to begin with. Just start putting content out there, some simple stuff. Look at what some other people are doing, post them in social media, see what's working, see what's not. And actually we'll dive a little bit deeper into that in a second, just to give you a little bit more context.
So what is the importance of picking like an ideal client and also a niche?
Yeah, great question, Dave. So really when it comes to picking an ideal client or niche, if we go back to the content thing, in order to create compelling content, you really want it to be speaking to a certain group of people, right? A certain group of people with a certain problem or goal creates a niche. And if you pick a certain group of people with a certain goal, you can craft your content specifically to those people. And so it helps you stand out in a crowded marketplace, right? Because there's lots of fitness professionals and health professionals trying to get clients through social media. And so one of the ways to separate yourself is picking that niche and picking an ideal client so that you can speak directly to them, and as a byproduct, your content will be more effective. Now, the second thing is, if you pick a specific group of people with a specific problem, you can really optimize your deliverables and your program specifically for them. For example, men and women are very different, right? I think everyone will agree. And the way that you'll coach a female compared to a male is going to be slightly different due to the menstrual cycle, due to pregnancy, due to menopause, things that women have that men don't have, right? And the way that you're going to speak to a female is going to be different to the way that you speak to a man, right? In most cases. And I'm generalizing here, but hopefully it makes a point that if you can cater for a specific group of people, I mentioned men and women as different types of people, you can really optimize what you do inside your program to really fit their needs. And if you could do that, you're going to get better results, better compliance, and you can charge more for what you do. And ultimately, you'll have a better business.
Okay, amazing. So we've covered a lot there, Alex, but what's next to keep growing and scaling the business?
You can keep bringing on new clients, right? That's one way of building your business and generating more revenue. But instead of just focusing on bringing on new clients, I would be looking to retain existing clients who want to go on a further transformation with you, right? Because most people, let's say after 90 days, have not finished their goals or reached their targets, because often people have got something else that they want to work on, right? One of our basic human needs is the need for growth. And people want to continue pursuing growth with their health, their fitness, their learning. If you've got another part to the journey that you can take them on, and you can structure that into a renewals offer or a retention offer, you'll be able to retain clients for twice as long or maybe 3 times as long. Not everyone will re-sign with you, but if you can get a good percentage, let's say 50%, that means you have to work less hard to try and find new clients all the time, because your retention clients are going to make up a bigger and bigger portion of your business and of your income.
Awesome. So what final advice would you give to someone that's looking to get started online?
I would say spend 80% of the time focusing on the solutions and 20% of the time focusing on the problems, not the other way around, right? Because when it comes to business, you should be solution orientated. That's how we run our businesses, and really focused on the solution. What can we do to fix the problem, essentially? The next thing I'd say is don't take yourself too seriously, and really just put yourself out there, right? Take imperfect action and fail forward, because honestly, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. We've made a lot of mistakes in business, and we continue to make mistakes every single day. And if you look at the best athletes in the world, those are the people that made the most mistakes. So don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to test things out, because there's going to be a lot of testing and trial and error. But what I would recommend is try and get around people who are already doing what you want to do, or people who have the answers to the questions that you can't answer yourself. For example, that's one of the reasons why we started the Remote Coaches Academy, specifically for health and fitness professionals and personal trainers who want to build their online businesses, but they're not really sure about the step-by-step process to building it. And so you could join something like that, or you could find books or podcasts or things that are really going to support your growth and journey. But if you did want to find out more about the Remote Coaches Academy and what we do, there's going to be a link down this video. You can go check that out, and you can book a call with me, and we could chat to see if it could be a good fit for you.
All right, so hopefully you found that video useful. Lots of great tips from Alex there on how to really start and grow your online fitness business. If you did want to find out more information about the Remote Coaches Academy and how we can help you grow and scale your online fitness business, then check out the link in the description below. Next, if you want to watch more content on how to start, grow, and scale your online fitness business, then be sure to check out the link here, where I go through the top 5 AI tools to really help you in your online fitness business. Be sure to check it out, and I'll see you in the next video.